Namaste. Welcome to Telugu Prajala Manasakshi Sakshi TV. I am Swarna. Today's anchor's dress courtesy by Varshi's Collections. You can check Varshi's Collections on Facebook or reach out to Madhavi Lata at 301-366-1701. Vastu and Grahashastra Showki Swagatam Suswagatam. Today, we are going to discuss about Vastu for luck. To discuss that, we are back with our leading astrologer and expert, Dr. Deepika Sanghi Gupta ji. Namaste Deepika ji, how are you?
Namaste, Swarnaji. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. And welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, Deepika ji, Vastu for luck. Who doesn't want luck? So, how can anyone can attract, luck through Vastu?
See, it depends where you want luck. Somebody wants luck in their professional life. Somebody wants their luck in their educational, career. Somebody wants the luck in the love life. Somebody wants luck in the marriage. One might need luck in, having children. So it depends what kind of a luck you want. So, according to that, we have to see that zone and we have to balance the energies of that zone. So it depends on person to person.
So, is there anything specifically we should do to get the luck through Vastu? Do anything like that?
See, I would say that luck also, favors a wise man, right? If you taking the decisions wrong and then still you feel that the luck should help you, then that would not be correct. So, for everybody, I would suggest that Northeast is a very, very delicate, zone in a house or an office. So, if you want to take that wise decisions, if you want to be that patient, if you want to be that you want to have that wisdom, intelligence, intellect, so northeast should always be balanced. The like it's always said that a wise man can only reap the fruits, right? You have to be that one must have that wisdom and patience to reap the fruits, right? So for that thing northeast should be always balanced. So if the northeast is balanced, then one will be taking the right decisions, and those right decisions will definitely help him or her to attract a good luck.
Okay. So, is there any specific items or things we should bring into the house to get the good luck, like which attracts that good luck?
Yeah, there are few things that definitely helps, like the plants, the real plants, they attract good luck. The real flowers, they also attract good luck. And then keeping the house clean attracts a lot and lot of luck. When I go to houses, some houses are really, they need like cleaning, light cleaning. Like this weekend also, I was at somebody's house, and while going to each room, I was just like, declutter this room. And like after, like it was a big house, so after I think second or third room, she was like, I know, Deepika ji, I have to declutter this room. So that thing has to be there. If your house is not clean, or if your office is not clean, then also you don't attract good luck. See, good luck is like Ashtalakshmi, right? If we say in our Vedic terms, it's like Ashtalakshmi. So Mahalakshmi does not only gives you, the money, but it gives you good luck also, right? So that is why there are 8 types of Lakshmis. So Santana Lakshmi, Dhana Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi. So I did this episode back, but these Lakshmi can, Mahalakshmi, the goddess Lakshmi, always stays at a place which is neat and clean, right? So that is why it is said that keep your house or office neat and clean. So these two things, if you are following, then definitely one will attract the good luck.
Yeah, I mean, I still remember, grandparents and all used to say, keep the house clean, keep it like, that's where
Yeah.
Lakshmi plays in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
See, in earlier days, the houses, because they were the kacha houses, so they used to get done. The floors are done with all the cow dungs, and then it was done. The rangoli is done on the floors, and everything was done. Why? To attract goddess Lakshmi. Because when you keep the floor clean, when you keep the house clean, and everything is in order, and everything is put wisely in the house, and you're not just some people have the habit, like especially the food items. I have seen this thing, especially some people, they say for them, going to an Indian grocery store and picking so much of food is a lot of fun. So, and then, a lot of food gets waste. So this should not be done. See, the food is actually the god, right? So never waste the food also. Keep house clean, never waste the food. You will definitely attract the good luck.
Okay, that's really, a good point, Deepkaji. Like, a lot of the people waste food, but
Yes.
that's actually a god. Like, they should think about it like that.
Yeah, because we worship food, right? When a farmer, that is what the many Indian festivals are based on, the farmers only. Why? Because, we are just worshipping the food. Without food and water, we cannot live. So, always preserve the nature, don't cut trees, and then don't waste food. Whatever is in your plate, finish it. Take small portion, that's okay, but finish it. And then always keep the house clean, always keep your body clean. So these four 3 4 things, if anybody follows, I think they can attract a good luck.
Okay. So, Deepika ji, in India, if you see, most of the houses have the name plates on the front of the wall, like, before they enter the wall. So, and along like that, here in US, we can see the number boards on the front of the wall, like, front of the house wall.
Yeah.
So, do you suggest any specific directions to keep those, like, put those names or like,
No,
name?
that has to be practical. See, if your house is south facing, you cannot put it at the back of the house. If I say, okay, put it in the north or the east, it's not possible. So it has always to be in the front. The main thing is to decorate it properly, make it beautiful so that you attract positive and good energies.
So I saw so many houses having like a shoe rack at the entrance of the house. So does that mean like it will not let the positive energies in, or like it blocking the energy? Is it not suggestible to have it at the front of the
See,
house?
in US, it's very, very important to have the shoe rack at the entrance of the house.
Entrance.
So
Yeah.
it's okay. See, we always say in Vastu and astrology that what is practical, do that. As I have said in earlier episodes too, that according to the Vastu, the restroom should not be in the house. If you go to any palace also, because usually the kings used to follow Vastu, right? And if you go to the palaces, you will never see a restroom in a palace. It means even the kings used to go to the jungle, right? So in today's time, if I say don't make restroom, it's against Vastu norms, then is it possible? No, it's not possible. Then according to the Vastu, it is said that the center of the house should always be open to the sky, the direct sunlight, the direct water should come to the ground. So in today's time, it's not possible. If I say that make a house like that, it is not possible, right? So we always have to change ourselves according to the time we are living in, right? Like 50, 60 years back, such houses were possible where you can have the Brahmstan open to the sky, right? But now it's not possible because the prices of the real estate has gone so up that we cannot waste a single inch of a place, right? So, we always have to, in astrology or Vastu, we have to move according to the time zone we are living in. So, according to that, if you have to keep a shoe rack, that's okay. But if it's a very, very positive zone, let's say northeast, then I would say avoid. Then, if it is possible, keep that shoe rack in the garage. Try to enter from the garage, or not to stock too much shoes in the northeast. This is, I'm giving just an example. Like some of the, zones in the house or in the office are so auspicious that we usually say that avoid having shoes over there. So like northeast is one of them. So if the house is northeast facing, if you're entering from the northeast, then try to avoid it.
Okay. But along with that, like I've seen some of the houses which has like a wall at the entrance itself, like, right after you enter into the house, you see a wall and then they will have a right or left side to go into the house. So
Hmm.
do you think that will impact any like luck or anything through Vastu, anything like that?
No, not at all. It's a big, big myth. It's a big myth that the wall here. No, it's not at all. Like if you have a wall at the entrance and then you're going either right or left, then that's okay. That's not a problem. Yes, it creates problem when it's hampering. Like if it is in any zone, and let's say some zones have to be kept lighter, some zones can be made heavier, like as we are talking about the northeast. So if the heavy walls are there in the northeast and the southwest is very, very light, then it makes the difference. Otherwise, in general, it does not make any difference.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Deepika ji, because so many people who have the wall, as soon as you enter into the house, they always have a question like, I've seen them that like, I think, by the way, Ms. Deepika ji, then should they consider the direction of the main entrance of the door, or like after they enter into the house? What should they consider?
No, they should consider the main direction of the house. That is definitely has to be considered. But again, the wall at the entrance is perfectly okay. Nothing, yeah, it's bringing some negative energies or inauspicious, nothing like that.
Okay. And what is Kubera Yantra? How is it helpful to bring good luck to people in the house?
See, there are many yantras, but these yantras definitely need their, proper rituals have to be done daily to energize them. Like you charge your cell phone, right? So once if you have picked the cell phone, it does not guarantee that always you can, communicate with people or you can play games. You need to charge it, right? Similarly, these yantras need the charging. So Kuberi Yantra is basically for the money thing, for bringing many other auspicious things. But I would suggest that put it in the house if you are able to do that daily rituals. Like if you're bringing anything in the house, make sure the proper respect, the proper rituals are done. If it is not done, then avoid doing them.
Okay. So, Deepika ji, you have mentioned as like keeping the house clutter free. So, how
Yes.
is that related to the luck for the people in the house?
See, as I said, any god, see, if you pick any mythological story, the god has never been taken place in any poor house, right? Because the god, whether it's Lord Shiva's reincarnation, basically Lord Vishnu has done maximum reincarnations, right? So his wife is goddess Lakshmi. So wherever the god Vishnu will go, the Lord Vishnu will go, the goddess Lakshmi will automatically go. So if the
Mhm.
goddess Lakshmi is accompanying him, so the Lakshmi, the wealth is always accompanying him. So that is why if you see whether it's Ram, whether it's Krishna, any incarnation, whether it's Buddha, so all the reincarnations of Lord Vishnu has taken place in the palaces only as a king, as a prince. So that is why the goddess Lakshmi. It is said like you need goddess Lakshmi in all the forms, like whether it's Dhanya Lakshmi, whether it's Santan Lakshmi, whether it's Dhan Lakshmi. So in all the forms, you need the goddess Lakshmi. So Ma Lakshmi always stayed at a cleaner place. She does not stay. She's a goddess. She's a supreme power. So she cannot stay in a place which is shabby, which is just cluttered everywhere. She cannot stay at that place. No goddess will stay at a place which is not neat, clean. So when the things are neat and clean, they have a positive energy. It is like, see, it is always said that the person who has a clean heart, they are considered better, right? Their energies are considered good. So whenever anything which is neat and clean, whether it's conversation, whether it's people, whether it's like house, whether it's your office, whatever is neat and clean, that contains purity. And purity is always considered the best, right?
Yes, yes, I truly,
Yeah.
totally agree with you, Deepika ji.
So
So,
everything which is pure will always work. And if it is, shady or shabby, it will never work.
so any specific direction you suggest to keep the lockers or main safes in the house?
Yes, I would suggest that keep them in southwest or the western side of the southwest. They are the good places to keep your safe or locker.
Okay.
So yes.
So, keeping the house attractive, like keeping the wind chimes and plants, will those attract to positive energy, Deepika ji?
Yes, definitely. Wind chimes, plants, if they are put in the, their direction, like every object has its own zone in the house. So if you are keeping the things in their own zone, then definitely they attract the positive energy. Wind chimes, I would suggest keep them in the western side or the northwestern side. So they will bring and attract the good luck. But again, I'll say, keep the house very light. See, if a person having lot of burden, like carrying too much of bags, will feel burden, right? Similarly, if you will keep the house, too much of paintings, too much of statues everywhere, so that also makes the house burden. Keep it light. Whatever is light again has purity, right?
Yeah.
So that is why even the person who is lighter inside, if you are lighter outside, you are lighter inside, right? So if you're
Yeah.
lighter outside and inside, like if outside energy is all good, you automatically feel happiness, right? If let's say you having a grand feast, like 20 items in front of you and your heart not happy, you won't be enjoying, right? But if you having a simplest of the food, let's say dal rice, and inside you are happy, you are with best of your people, you will enjoy that also, even eating by your hands if you even don't have a spoon, right?
Yeah.
And maybe like 10 people eating in the same plate, still they will enjoy. Why? Because the heart is happy, right?
Happy.
So it is your inner happiness. So when inner happiness comes, when you are lighter outside and inside, right, then automatically the inner happiness generates. So similarly the house has this thing. Keep the house light, keep less of furniture, don't keep too heavy furniture. Sometimes I go to a house, I feel, is it a house or it's some, I'm visiting some emporium or gallery, like that much heavy. Keep it very, very light. Then the
Yeah.
house will automatically have the positive energies.
Yeah, I have seen so many people, Deepika ji, they fill their walls with like, whether it's their family portraits or even God's pictures or calendars, they fill the walls everywhere, no space in the house.
Yeah,
So,
no, that should never be done.
yeah. So, what about water elements, Deepika ji, like water fountain, tanks? Like by placing them in the wrong place, will it lead to sickness and stress in the people of the house? Like, will it affect
Yes.
that much?
See, if the water elements are placed in the wrong direction, they can give sickness. As I have said earlier, see, the Vastu, astrology, and Ayurveda, they all are interconnected. So, the water element is actually the Kapha Pravriti, right? So, the house also has, like just like a human body, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. So, if the cuff is placed in the wrong directions, then definitely it will create problem. It depends on what direction you are putting. It might create health issue or financial issues or stress or anxiety or depression. So it depends in what direction you are keeping it. But it has to be used, very wisely. Because the water fountain, they have that machinery. So it's churning again and again, again and again.
Yeah.
Right? So they have to be used with utmost caution, I would say. Don't use it like here and there and then keeping so much of water fountains in the house. No.
Okay. So let's talk about the rooms. So I've seen like some of the rooms, like they have a bed which they push it to all the way to the corner. So they have only one way, like only people can get on the bed through one side and from the foot side, not from the other
Yeah.
side. So
Yeah.
is that good to have the bed pushed all the way to one corner, or it's not good for the vastu or
See,
for
I
the
would
light?
not say good or bad. I would say just see according to the space. It is nothing bad in that. There is nothing like inauspicious in that. It is
Okay.
nothing related to good or bad, but nothing inauspicious. Like if you have less space and you have just shifted the bed to one corner, then that's okay. That's okay, fine. But we have to see in what zone the person is sleeping. That pushing to the corner, the person should not go into a bad zone, right? So sometimes even when I go for a vastu and I see that half of the room is only good and the half of the room is not showing me that good energies, or the zone is not that auspicious, then I usually suggest that okay, shift the bed more towards this wall, so that both the person sleeping in the same room gets a good positive vibe. Sometimes what happens, in a same room two zones are coming, right? So when two zones are coming, then at sometimes it happens that on the bed also, the bed is also getting divided into two zones. So
Yeah.
when I go and ask that the person sleeping here is doing good and the person sleeping here is into depression, they say yes, this is the case. And then I say, okay, shift the bed this side, more this side, because this part of the room is good. So that's okay, nothing inauspicious in that.
Okay. So, like you have mentioned, a few things to bring for luck. So, is there any specific paintings that will bring the luck, Deepika ji?
Paintings, I would say the safest is to use something related to flowers, greenery,
Okay.
geometrical designs is also good. So these will be good. Or your family pictures are always good to keep.
Okay. So along with that, I had like goldfish and flowers, like like you have told us, flowers and flowing water. Are those good for the house? If we have that in the
Flowing
house.
water is okay. Flowing water is also okay. But
Okay.
avoid having 3D paintings and then, wild animal paintings. They are not that. If you want to
So,
keep the paintings, peacock is a beautiful animal. You can keep peacocks, you can keep the painting of the birds, that's also okay, but not of the wild animals. I would not suggest that because, see, in the house, you don't need any wild energies. You want everybody to be calm, happy, having wisdom, patience, loving, caring nature. You don't want that wild energies over there. You want wild energies in the business, but I would suggest not even there.
yeah.
Like if you're doing business or any work, with purity, you already attract good energies. Because see, I totally believe in the phrase that what goes around comes around. So don't put bad energies, and good energies will automatically come.
Okay. So having aquarium in the house, how much is that true? It will bring good luck, Deepika ji.
Okay, so I don't know where you read that aquarium brings good luck. According to the Vastu, aquarium is a big, big no in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, aquarium is a big, big no in the house. Whenever at least I go for Vastu, I usually remove the aquarium. It is not at all the energy which should be created in the house. Yeah, aquariums
So,
are big no.
okay, okay, that's good to know, Deepika. And it is easy to know too. Like if we have to remember which direction to put, it might be hard and we might be putting in the wrong place. But you're saying it's not suggestible to have aquarium in the house.
Yeah,
So
it is
yeah.
not at all. Like people have myth that, after putting the aquarium, we had good energies in the house. Not at all possible. It's totally a myth. It's like
But
you having a, painkiller and you saying that somebody says that, after having this painkiller, my eyesight have my eyesight is doing good. Like, my vision is improving. It is something like that.
but Deepika ji, what is the relation with the Vastu? Because I'm just wondering. You said like flowing water is okay and good to have if it
Hmm.
we put it in the right direction. But
Hmm.
even for the fish, it's like water will be rotating in the filters and fish will be there. Like, is it not good at all? Like, how is
See,
it?
there are many, many reasons. I'll explain a very simplest reason,
Okay.
though there are many reasons behind fish aquariums. See, fishes are like Ketu in the astrology. And then when we put the aquariums in the house, then we putting the Ketu is already exalted in the Pisces, and then we create that energy, which we don't need in the house. See, the Ketu energy should not be created because it's like moksha, it's like enlightenment. So Lord Buddha, he, left everything behind and he went for his own enlightenment and everything. So that energy should not be. And moreover, the fishes shows the churning also. So we don't want that churning in the house. We want that everybody in the house should take the right decisions at right time. And moreover, the people should not be like, cut off from the world and getting, see, because Ketu always takes you to the spiritual side of the world. Ketu never bless you with the material things. Ketu always take you. So when you feel aloof, when you get cut off from the world, then only you can have that spiritual journey. So in house you don't want that. You have to be social. You need material things. You need so many other things. So Ketu never allows you to do that. And then nobody wants churning, right? They want the life to be easy going, happy. You don't want churning in your finance. You don't want churning in your social circle. So I would suggest not to create the energies.
But just by chance, if people are already having big aquariums, which they cannot just get rid of it right away, so is it okay if they put it in the basement? Will it, make any difference, Deepika ji? Just putting
No,
it,
not at
no,
all.
same
Not
thing.
at all.
Okay,
Basement is again your house only. So no, not at all. The aquarium should not be kept in the house.
okay. So sparkling clean glasses of windows, does they attract positive energies? Is it true, Deepika ji?
Definitely. See, again, anything which is neat and clean is symbol of purity, and the God means purity, right? So, as I said earlier, also a pure person, a pure house, a pure conversation, anything always leads to positive energies, right?
So yeah, yes, definitely, of course. So if we have like any empty space, like in the entrance of the house, what should keep it there to get positive vibes, like more
See,
luck?
it depends like what zone it is. Like, it depends like what zone. Like, let's say the house is east facing, right? And you have empty space in the front. I would suggest that keep some plants over there. That would bring the good luck. And if it is the northeast, then also I'll say put some plants over there. If you have empty space at the entrance, put some plants over there. So that will bring the positive energy.
So having more mirrors in the house will reflect positive energy. Is that true, Deepika ji?
No, not at all. Again, the mirrors also, we use them as a Vastu remedy. So, the mirrors have to be used wisely in the house. Don't keep mirrors here and there. They can disbalance the energies.
Okay. You have mentioned in the previous shows that Vastu is all about balancing energies and elements. If the kitchen is in the wrong place of the house, how can one get a good vibes, like good luck? Like, is there anything they can do? Because we always live in a all built-in houses. Like we cannot really change the any direction of the kitchen in at least in USA houses. So what can we do?
Yes, definitely. There are few remedies that we do when we see the kitchen in the wrong place. Then I suggest few remedies to people. And after doing that remedies, they definitely feel so much relief. Like sometimes, the gas stove in the kitchen comes to a place where it creates a lot of, I would say, difference of opinion in the house. So when it is there, then I do some remedies. I suggest some remedies to the people, and once they follow those remedies, they feel that yes, the things have become much calm, much good, and the positive vibes we can feel as a couple or as whosoever living in the house.
Okay. So when it comes to the puja room, Deepika ji, in the house, so I heard like stone flooring is considered as auspicious. So is there anything really related to that, or it's just more
Yes, see,
comfortable?
flooring definitely works. I would always suggest that do white flooring. That is much better. Avoid that black granite flooring. It is not at all auspicious. And then, again, on the flooring also in puja room, do whatever, like simple. What is simple? Beautiful, yet simple and elegant. Do that thing. So again, that would be the symbol of purity and will attract good energy.
Okay. So thank you so much, Deepika ji, for your time and helping us to understand how Vastu can bring real luck to us. So viewers, if you would like to reach out to Deepika ji for further consultation, you can reach out to Om Holistic Healings at 732-979-2080. Next week, we will be back with another interesting topic on Vastu and Graha Shastra. This is Swarna signing off. You're watching Telugu Prajalamana Sakshi TV. Namaste.